With the 2011-12 school year in full swing, the Chinook School Division is reporting a slight decline in its overall enrollment. Figures to the end of September indicate a decline of 183 students across the division. This includes a total of 159 when combining rural areas and the city of Swift Current, and a decline of 24 students in the Hutterite Colony schools. Director of Education Liam Chufu addresses the issue.
We've always used that benchmark of 6,000 students, and we've dropped just below that. Again, in the city of Swift Current, the numbers are up, but in some of our smaller rural areas, the numbers continue to go down. When you look at it, it's our cohorts. The high school cohorts tend to be around 500, grade 12s moving out of the system, and our kindergartens coming into the system tend to be around 350. In the last few years, that in-out migration has been mitigated by the number of immigrants coming into the system, as well as a number of people from Alberta and other parts of Saskatchewan.
Meanwhile, in the area of school transportation, busing numbers remain consistent across the board.
The rural bus numbers tend to stay fairly static, and we've had that for quite a number of years. We're seeing a trend upwards inside of Swift Current, where there are more students accessing the comp bus routes than have been in the years past. So we have to build some capacity to address that.
In a formal presentation to the Chinook School Board, the division's manager of transportation has also brought forward a number of challenges in busing. This includes working with surrounding RMs to ensure bus routes are clear and drivable year-round, a lack of drivers both full-time and part-time across the region, and the use of seat belts, especially when transporting pre-kindergarten aged children. The idea of installing specialized bench seating with seat belts on buses for pre-K students was presented to the board, with a price tag of $800 each. A concept which will now continue to be mulled over by the board while it awaits some form of direction from the province.
It seems to be one of those issues that no one really wants to take a lead role on. The school divisions are probably left holding the bag, so to speak. We're hopeful that the Ministry of Education will take a bit more of a leadership role around the determination of whether or not these bus seat arrangements need to be modified or not.
The issue of seatbelt use on school buses has been under the microscope for several years, with the Saskatchewan School Boards Association and the school board trustees engaging government in discussion on the issue since 2003. Formalized guidelines have yet to be presented by the province of Saskatchewan. What are your thoughts on the issue? Should seatbelts be mandatory for all passengers on school buses or just the pre-kindergarten students? Email your comments on the issue to our newsroom.